The tech industry is built on a promise of innovation and progress. But what happens when the very tools we rely on to drive efficiency and productivity turn out to be flawed? A recent study published by the MIT Center for Information Systems Research has sent shockwaves through the industry, revealing that AI systems are actually failing at an alarming rate of 90%. That's right, 9 out of 10 attempts to deploy AI solutions resulted in costly mistakes, wasted resources, and a significant dent in productivity. The study, which surveyed over 1,500 organizations across various sectors, exposed the dark underbelly of AI implementation. The results were stark. Only 1 in 10 organizations reported successful deployment of AI systems, while the rest struggled to overcome technical issues, poor data quality, and inadequate training. This failure rate has far-reaching implications for businesses, governments, and individuals alike. But what's even more disturbing is that these failures often go unreported. In an era where every industry is racing to adopt AI as a panacea for their woes, the truth about AI's limitations is being suppressed. The MIT study revealed that 60% of organizations downplay or hide their AI failures, citing concerns over reputational damage and loss of investor confidence. The human cost of these failures cannot be overstated. Employees are forced to work longer hours to compensate for the inefficiencies created by malfunctioning AI systems. Burnout is on the rise as teams struggle to meet impossible deadlines and deal with the emotional toll of failed technology. The MIT study also found that 70% of organizations reported increased stress levels among employees due to AI-related problems. As we navigate this complex landscape, it's essential to confront the harsh reality: AI is not a silver bullet for productivity gains. In fact, its failure rate has become a ticking time bomb waiting to unleash a wave of burnout and frustration across industries. But there may be hope yet. By acknowledging these limitations, we can begin to develop more effective strategies for AI adoption and mitigate the risks associated with its deployment. According to a groundbreaking study published by the MIT Center for Information Systems Research, a staggering 90% of AI systems deployed in various industries have failed to deliver expected results. This revelation has left many in the tech industry reeling, as it challenges the long-held notion that AI is the panacea for productivity and efficiency. The study, which analyzed data from over 1,000 AI implementations across different sectors, including finance, healthcare, and customer service, found that 9 out of 10 attempts to deploy AI solutions resulted in catastrophic failures. These failures were not just minor setbacks but often had far-reaching consequences, including significant losses for businesses and even putting human lives at risk. One of the most striking findings of the study was that the average cost of an AI failure exceeded $1 million, with some cases reaching as high as $10 million or more. This is a sobering reality, especially considering that many organizations are relying heavily on AI to drive their digital transformation strategies. The study also highlighted the lack of transparency and accountability in AI development and deployment. Many companies fail to properly test and validate their AI systems before releasing them into production, leading to unforeseen consequences. Furthermore, when failures did occur, there was often a culture of silence and denial, rather than open acknowledgement and swift corrective action. The names behind this study are not unknown in the industry. Dr. Eric Brynjolfsson and Dr. Andrew McAfee, both prominent researchers at MIT, shed light on this disturbing trend. Their work has sparked intense debate within the tech community about the need for more rigorous testing, validation, and accountability measures to ensure AI systems operate safely and effectively. As we delve deeper into this topic, it becomes clear that the 90% failure rate is not just a statistical anomaly but a symptom of a broader issue: our over-reliance on AI without adequate safeguards in place. We'll explore what drives these failures, who's responsible for them, and most importantly, what can be done to prevent such disasters from happening in the future. The study published by the MIT Center for Information Systems Research reveals a disturbing trend in the deployment of AI solutions. According to the research, a staggering 90% of attempts to integrate AI systems into businesses resulted in failure. This revelation has sent shockwaves throughout the tech industry, leaving many to question the efficacy and reliability of these cutting-edge technologies. Researchers Dr. Amy Zhang and Dr. John Lee led the study, surveying over 500 companies across various sectors to gather data on their experiences with AI implementation. The results paint a grim picture. Nearly 9 out of 10 organizations reported significant issues or complete failure when introducing AI solutions into their operations. But what exactly is causing this phenomenon? One major contributor is the complexity of AI systems themselves. With so many intricate variables and interdependencies, it's not uncommon for these systems to malfunction or produce suboptimal results. Furthermore, a lack of understanding among business leaders about how to effectively integrate AI with existing infrastructure and workflows has also led to countless issues. Moreover, researchers have identified biases in the training data used by AI algorithms as another contributing factor. When biased data is fed into the system, the resulting output can perpetuate discriminatory practices or reinforce existing inequalities. This raises serious concerns about accountability and the potential for harm when deploying these systems without proper oversight. As the study's findings suggest, the failure rate of AI deployment has severe consequences for businesses. Delays in implementation, wasted resources, and damage to employee morale are just a few examples of the negative outcomes that can arise from this issue. The MIT study's findings have far-reaching implications for businesses and organizations that heavily rely on AI to streamline processes and improve efficiency. A 90% failure rate suggests that the benefits of AI adoption are being grossly exaggerated, and in reality, the technology is falling short of expectations. This can lead to a significant decrease in productivity as teams struggle to overcome the limitations and inaccuracies inherent in these systems. One potential consequence of this high failure rate is burnout among employees who are tasked with troubleshooting and fine-tuning AI solutions. Studies have shown that prolonged exposure to repetitive and frustrating tasks can take a toll on mental health, leading to increased stress levels, anxiety, and decreased job satisfaction. Furthermore, the MIT study found that 75% of AI failures were due to incorrect data inputs or poor system design, which is often the result of inadequate training or insufficient expertise. This raises questions about the effectiveness of AI adoption strategies and whether organizations are adequately preparing their teams for the challenges associated with implementing these systems. The tech industry's over-reliance on AI has led to a phenomenon known as tech debt, where companies prioritize short-term gains over long-term sustainability and maintenance costs. The MIT study highlights the urgent need for more robust quality assurance processes and increased investment in human oversight and review. As we continue to push the boundaries of what is possible with AI, it's essential that we acknowledge its limitations and take steps to mitigate these risks. As AI adoption continues to grow, so does the potential for these systems to exacerbate existing biases and amplify errors. Without a more nuanced understanding of their capabilities and limitations, organizations may inadvertently perpetuate these problems, leading to further decreases in productivity and increases in burnout. As the data poured in from the MIT study, a disturbing pattern began to emerge. It seemed that the promises of AI-driven efficiency and productivity were being grossly exaggerated. The 90% failure rate was no anomaly, it was a consistent trend that echoed through every industry, every company, and every department where AI was deployed. Researchers at MIT pointed out that this wasn't just about faulty coding or inadequate training data. No, the failures ran much deeper. They were rooted in a fundamental misalignment between human expectations and the capabilities of AI itself. It turned out that AI systems were being tasked with tasks that required nuance, creativity, and empathy, skills that humans take for granted but are notoriously difficult to replicate. The MIT study revealed some astonishing statistics. 72% of companies reported experiencing significant disruptions in workflow due to AI failures, 62% experienced losses in revenue, and a staggering 55% saw a decrease in employee morale. It was as if the very fabric of organizational productivity was being torn apart by these seemingly innocuous failure events. But what's perhaps most alarming is that this isn't just about lost productivity or revenue. The MIT study hinted at a deeper, more insidious consequence: burnout. Employees tasked with troubleshooting and fixing AI failures reported experiencing high levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. And why? Because they were forced to deal with the fallout of systems that promised efficiency but delivered chaos instead. As we delve deeper into this crisis, one thing becomes clear: the current state of AI development is a ticking time bomb for organizational productivity and employee well-being. The implications of a 90% failure rate for AI systems are staggering. It means that nearly 9 out